Hey, good people, how are you all doing? As you can see from title, it's gonna be my. Sorry about that. It's just extremely rude, but yeah, I want to have my voice available. This is my first fragrance from House of Guerlain. I think I'm saying that right because I'm quite confused how you pronounce this house, and it's something I wanted for a very long time. This is a very classy fragrance, and I'll let you know my first review on this. I've been testing for a couple of days, and I'll tell you everything I need to. I found so far. It says L'homme idéal. People say ideal man. Basically, that's what it means. A beautiful, gorgeous bottle. I'll show you the presentation, what it smells like, who is it for. So far from initial impression, okay, and the seasons, and watch out for that. And before I go to the review, I'm planning to do two videos because I had nice sleep after a very long time. It's been tensed. I mean, restless for at least a week. I didn't get proper sleep. So much worries. Anyway, so what I decided to do is I have to do something fun because I like doing something fun. And you guys must know the hype on this Sauvage. This is my bottle from Malaysia, almost finished. Time to get a new bottle. And based on this success, actually, this was introduced to market based on the success of Bloody Chanel from Chanel. And now this is like already a legend. This is on the highest number of bottles sold now, and every company having their take on it. So I don't have that Dylan Blue from Versace. I didn't like it, but I have the other two, which are very strong contenders. I think these are better than many other fragrances. So I'll do like a side-by-side review or comparison rather with Aqua Atlantic and this one Invictus Aqua, and I'm gonna let you know my take on all three and which one would I get, which one would you get based on all the other factors. So that will be the next video. All right, so watch out for it. So I'm leaving the bottle behind. Okay, and now let's focus on the House of Guerlain, this fragrance. Okay, let me show you the packaging real quick. It's this like this. Okay, let's just show you. It's nothing mind-blowing, but it has some artwork, sort of a cool funky sort of look in the center. It's like a no need to home. I don't know, I can't read this. This is too much too much time it will consume for me. Too much time consuming it will be. Bottom is your batch code and everything. Behind something written in Arabic and English combined. There's a code, the barcode you can scan. Up there is your logo. It's actually embossed. You can feel the pattern here. And this is made in France, I think. Yes, I think it's made in France. Yeah, more or less that's the whole. Yeah, this is made in France. It's written under the box. So box goes. So this bottle is just stunning. There's an EDP version which I'm gonna get as well. But this House of Guerlain, their fragrances are so classy, and the presentation is just, even the simplest form is classy. This is the bottle. Just look at it before I say anything else. Just stare at it. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, moment I saw this, like back there you can see the artwork from there, but backside actually there's no sticker. The front sticker actually has two sides, so it's see-through, juicy sort of amber, sort of tobacco, bit golden rich color, and the cap is like this, little bit indented inside. And take it off, it's not magnetic cap, but quite got good weight to it. All right, and look at that initial details. There's also some pattern on the logo is up top, and I have this in my hand here. I'm just gonna show you the distribution on the paper, just to tell you the top notes. All right, it has amazing distribution. It just gives you a nice mist. Okay, very classy, very elegant. Okay, yep. So yes, low medial EDT. This is the EDT version, by the way. And the side, I think it's not, the black one is not really grip, sort of. It's very slippery. It's sort of like your glass painted. Okay, bottom is your sticker and all. It's 100 ml bottle. So the snug fit is like, yeah, you can pick it up, but I usually suggest don't ever pick it up because I had bad experiences picking up bottles. Let's just show a little bit of respect. Pick up the bottle, then open and use. Okay, so for the bottle itself is just a stunning bottle. I just love it. It reminds me of two other bottles, really. Just let me show you quickly. I forgot to bring them forward. One is Eros, another one is Bloody Chanel. Both has amazing bottle design on them. Okay, so this fragrance bottle reminds me of those two, but I think this one I like better. Okay, so for presentation, 10 out of 10. Beautiful presentation. So this fragrance, okay, let me tell you the story. I'm not going to talk about notes and everything. I didn't look at the notes. I'm just giving you initial impression. This fragrance I saw in Malaysia. Before I left Malaysia, I went to, there's a mall, I think it's a mall. It's called Mitsui Outlet Park near the KLIA, Kuala Lumpur International Airport, near there. So they have one perfume shop in the ground floor. I forgot exact opposite to something. It's opposite to something. It's the ground floor. You look for it. There's a one big perfume shop. So they have this for I think around 300 ringgit, around their price. Okay, 300 to 350. So usually, if you find it in KL, like Kuala Lumpur, if you go to Surya KLCC or some of those big malls, they're gonna have this for much higher price, easily 500 ish, almost 500 plus. So 500 means in Bangladeshi taka is 10,000 taka plus. It's very expensive fragrance. So even though it's not a new fragrance, it's not a new release, even the EDP is also already got some age to it. I tried it alongside Valentino Umo. I tried it alongside Salvatore Ferragamo Umo. So all this Umo, you can see Ideal Umo, sort of like manly, that sort of a theme they're going with. And I really liked it. I have this dry down here. And the opening is just so amazing opening. It's just like one of the most classiest openings. Guerlain house gives you that. So that's what my experience was with this house. Shalimar, whatever, every single fragrance, even the basic one, they're very classy like this. They also have the cologne version. I think, yeah, there's a very light citrusy one that is also good for summer. So I tried it. The problem is, like one thing I didn't like about it in Malaysia, because it's so hot there, it did not last. So I was like, it's kind of on the expensive side, and I love the bottle, the smell is nice, but then since I had Dior Intense, and then I had few other, I decided not to go for it, because I just decided to skip it, because back then I was more about longevity, more about those, those matters. I didn't worry so much. Performance was a big thing for me. So that is the only reason stopped me from buying this. I like the smell of it. By the time I got to the parking and I went halfway towards my home, I think the fragrance basically was gone, because it was hot weather. So yeah, I didn't get it. So that is my history with it. And in Bangladesh, I looked at many other fragrances, like collecting for last few months. This just popped up. And this, if you noticed, Radolescent Steven, he rated this very highly. This is one of his favorite fragrances, the EDT version. The EDP also is beautiful. I tried it side by side. I think the EDP is a bit more cherry and a bit more deeper, okay? Entirely like a winter fragrance. This one can be a little bit more versatile, I think. So from the first initial sniff, what I really feel, it has a beautiful opening, like sweet opening. It's a very sweet fragrance. It's very elegant, classy, sweet fragrance, and starts with a citrus. I like the citrus up top. There's sweetness, at the same time it's bit the sweetness actually is a bit more dominant than the citrus. Slight hint of citrus, like orangey, that sort of feel, like just like Valentino Umo. So let me show you a few other fragrances. You're gonna get some idea. I have Dior Intense, my favorite fragrance, but this is the Low Medial. It's not really similar to this. The Low Medial is similar to Dior the original And then I don't have also the original one, the one, but Valentino Umo, the original Umo, that and this is kind of close. Also in the same ballpark, I say, if you love these fragrances, Armani Code. This is another very classy fragrance, sweet tonka bean, a bit leather, like nighttime wearing, cold weather, that sort of. And then for some reason, I get very high, slight feel of these two. Somehow Pure Malt or Pure Heaven, if imagine like not the performance but the feel, like the smell wise, I don't know what note that's bringing. It's honey or a tonka or some other note, but the sweetness, maybe the tobacco, cherry tobacco, something, that's tobacco note. So imagine something in between, this cross between these two, but much toned down. That kind of on the dry down. Okay, that's the sweet, the cherry. I think it's cherry from the Pure Heaven mostly. So I get that from the dry down, and the opening actually is like, it's very beautiful opening. It's very gorgeous and very like sparkling and very wow opening, and it will give you the idea like it's going to be very strong potent fragrance, but actually it's not. This is more, also one of the fragrance I forgot to mention, it's just in front of me. Sometimes Bogart Puram, but it's very harsh fragrance. It's very loud. This and Pure Heaven sort of like same. That's why I brought this. The dry down sometimes remind me of Low Medial. So coming back to Low Medial, what it gives me basically, opening, it gives me very, very beautiful, very classy, so bit cinnamony bits, I don't know, bits Christmassy feel, just like Armani Code, the tonka or something. It has that bit nutty feel, has hazelnut. I think it will come much later. Yeah, the citrus, sweetness, elegant, classy opening, and it's slows, like the dry down will really mellow down, and it will come close to your skin. It will be not a screamer. Okay, so if you know Valentino Umo and Dior Homme, if you like those two fragrances, likely you're gonna dig this. This is very elegant and it's different enough from the EDP, or rather the EDP is different enough from this. I think I see this for mostly colder, like spring, autumn, but for cooler weather, I think like the strictly winter, it's like snowing and everything. I think you should go with the EDP version of this. That one I'm gonna get sometimes. It's just amazing. But the bottle design wise, this one is better. I just have a weakness for bottles. This you can pull it off if it's rainy, if it's cloudy and breezy, those kind of days. Even in Bangladesh, we can do it. That's why I got this. We are blessed with rainy days, cooler days. Now it is a bit cooler. You can definitely wear this. And I think this one will be great, most probably for the evening wear. If you're dressed up, I can see dressed up suits. If you're wearing formals, you're going to somewhere like someone's invitation, and then it remains cold. If it's very hot, it's going to disappear in 1 to 2 hours tops. So how many sprays you go with this? With the sprayer, I would go like 4 or 5 sprays in Bangladesh condition. If you're in Europe or somewhere cooler, bit favorable conditions, weather condition, I think you can go around the same spray because it's not very strong or potent fragrance. Like Dior Intense, you shouldn't go so much trigger happy, or even Valentino More Intense. If you go trigger happy, people are not happy around you because that will be overpowering. I think the dry down goes a little bit more on the gourmandish side. A slight feel of, I don't know, it's nutmeg or something. I totally didn't see the chocolatey bit of the gourmand feel. The vanilla, definitely there's a signature vanilla like Narciso line. It carries on, so it's like dry down, settles down, very mellow, and stays pretty classy. So this is not for those people who are liking kuros. If you're liking something sporty, this is not a sports. I think I see this in office, like if you're the boss or you're holding high ranks, you can wear this. Maybe too alluring for day-to-day job, but if you, let's say you have dinner plans with your wife or your family, kids, or your colleagues, this is what I see. Putting on a tie, or you're going for a turkey dinner, for I think also for Christmas. I think this is good wearing for Eid, for Muslims if you have Eid, or if you have puja in Hindus, like if you have puja or Buddhists, if you have any occasion, your national celebrations or your yearly celebrations, I think this can do. This is a very special fragrance. So the thing is, why wouldn't you like it? The one thing it comes to my mind is people who are looking for performers. Like there are much better performers than this, but very few fragrances as classic as this. The smell and the blend wise. That's where Guerlain, this fragrance, like any fragrance from Guerlain, they're different. They're set apart. So the price sort of justifies. It's a bit higher on the price. I think overseas is a bit more cheaper. I mean, I think Bangladesh price, if you buy, it will be somewhere like $70 to $80 you have to pay. Okay, but if you import from, let's say, UK or US, you can get pretty much a little bit less, $10 less or something like that. But it's not cheap. So I suggest you go. You can, if you like this kind of fragrance, don't go for the small bottle. Go for the big bottle. It will serve you really long time, and this can easily become your signature scent. The thing you won't like it for is maybe the performance. You rather be better off with the EDP version. But this one projects better than the EDP. That's my one thing I noticed about this. That's why I went with this first. And it's worthy of getting both. The age for it, I think, is a bit more, tad more serious. From university and up, I think that's the age range would appreciate this. This is not good for sports. It's not good for gym. I mean, you can put on, but this doesn't serve that sort of purpose. So yeah, formal wearing, very up class wearing, and smell wise is the same class as the Dior's, Chanel's, Valentino. That's where I see. So I have to look at the note breakdown. I'll put it down in the description. You can look at it. And longevity, I would say it's more like a 6.5 to 7, yielding towards 7. Okay, moderate to good. Projection, it's somewhere like 6.5 to 7 because it doesn't project like beastly. It's somewhere around. People come near you, give you a hug, shake hands with you. They'll get wafted of its fragrance and they'll be wowed. Trust me, ladies, I think will love this. I think it's pretty much a compliment garner. For the smell, I'll give this 10 out of 10. I love the smell of this right from the beginning. Yes, from the sweetness all the way to dry down, the tonka, just like, it reminds me a lot of Armani's code really. If you love this, then the same ballpark. But the Armani code, like they have a Profumo solution for the performance, but the smell changes. It has this one they give the 1 million vibe. But this one, the EDP version doesn't give away that vibe. They have their own smell for Guerlain. They didn't copy anyone. So definitely look into EDP. It will perform 3 times more than this. For the compliments, I think this is a very high compliment garner. I think this would be definitely, it's 10 out of 10 for compliment factors. Originality, I smell like fragrance like this in that, as I told you, Dior, Valentino, and all that. Yes, those sort of plus. So it could be okay. Versatility, it's better than the EDP. I would say it's like 7.5 out of 10. So overall remark, I'm gonna give this for initial impression. I'm no longer panicking or crying for the performance, for the fragrance, what it is. I'll give this perfect 10 out of 10. This kind of fragrance I treasure. This is I didn't make a mistake. Even your previous review saw, you can see the matured vibe, a little bit like more up class. It's like, the promotion is there. So yeah, this is top tier. I would say designer wise, whatever, fragrance wise, this is the top tier feel of kind of sort of fragrance. So 10 out of 10 for initial impression. Let me see how it performs in winter. I'll do a second take. So sorry for the long review. I really wanted to cover everything I wanted to, and I'm very glad I have this fragrance now. This is, if you're really looking for a classy fragrance, go for it. If you want a little bit performer than this, go for the EDP. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Do let me know how you feel about this fragrance. Have a nice day. Good night.